welcome to the Deerwood Realty Show. I'm John Schenk, founder and managing broker of Deerwood Realty in St. Louis, Missouri. You know, I like the Twitter, or the X as it's called. I don't mean to dead name X, but it's just there's stuff there, and so I just want to take you into this the story that I saw, and we'll talk about it. So here we go. Here's the thing. It just came in this morning. It was seemingly no big deal, but then
it's gonna cause a scene.
But you look at this and everything's normal, and then, oh my God, what in the world? That house looks kind of pink. And there he goes a little slower, and then you just go back to normal brick houses. So I was like, wow. And so he wrote, or she wrote, or whoever wrote, when you don't have an HOA. And I was like, okay, that was different. So to me, I was just like, okay. And then I started looking at the comments, and then people were just like saying that they're so glad that they don't have an HOA, and that this is really, really great, that this is, wonderful, and really a way to, stick it to the man. And I'm sitting there like, I just don't know why someone would want to do such a thing in a subdivision that looked pretty nice. But anyway, there's a story. So I found the story to it, and I want to put that up here for you. Let me get to it here. It says, man paints entire house pink. I don't know why people don't like it, he says. Now, that's hard for me to believe. That's hard for me to believe, because I see it, and it's really something. I mean, he even painted the roof. And if you can see in the video, again, there's like the fence has already been painted and everything. So he writes that he pre-planned this specifically because of that reason. So when people get mad, explain there's no HOA here. I did the back first and the whole back of the house, and then I did the whole house. So he's saying, he doesn't have an HOA, so he can do whatever he wants. And then he's quoted as saying, I love this house. I don't know why people don't like it. However, a number of neighbors, according to the outlet, are not fans of the unique color. As Rodriguez has made clear, however, since there's no HOA, they don't have much of a say unless they file a lawsuit that claims the pink house brings down the value of neighboring homes. And so that's kind of what I was thinking as a real estate agent. It's like, why, what in the world? Like, why would you do this? It just, to me, it's weird. It's strange, right? Maybe you think differently, and that's okay. Put it in the comment section. I don't know if I'm going to get attacked on this one or not. I don't like HOAs myself, but when you don't have HOAs, you get stuck in a situation where now you either have the community, the city, or the government, the municipality make rules, or you have none. And I go back and forth on this, but this isn't something that I particularly. I would not like it if I saw it in my neighborhood. I have my own problems to deal with, but I had some questions. I thought I'd go over them with you. So one of the questions is what motivates homeowners to make bold aesthetic choices like painting houses entirely pink? Well, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist, but there's something deeply unwell about the American fabric anymore. It feels like people want to stand out. They want you to. They want you to notice them. They want you, and they want to provoke a reaction from you. They want to be so annoying, so irritable that you're upset by that, and they find that fun. And I get it. It's just never been the way I am, and so I did look it up, and there is actually a disorder. It's called histrionic personality disorder, and individuals with HPD have a strong desire to be the center of attention and may engage in dramatic, provocative, or overly emotional behaviors to gain approval and validation from others. Well, if you're living in a normal neighborhood and you paint your house entirely pink with pink walls, does that qualify as having a strong desire to be the center of attention and displaying or engaging in dramatic, provocative, or overly emotional behaviors to gain approval and validation from others? It sounds like it. And it's funny to me because, like, in my own neighborhood, I love my neighborhood, but there's somebody that painted their house that stupid color of white and tried to make a mid-century modern ranch into a craftsman style home as a flipper, and he got paid. He got $200,000 more than anybody else in the neighborhood. But that one house looks so stupid in the neighborhood. It's just bizarre to me. So another question I had is, how would you feel if your neighbor painted their house a bold color without consulting anyone? Well, you get into this issue of like, look, I mean, it's hard to be neighbors with people. They're just annoying. They do things that are annoying, and you have to kind of deal with it because you're in a neighborhood. If you don't like, if you know that that's coming, you either have to find a place that has a super strict HOA that may come after you at some point, or you just have to move out to the middle of nowhere and basically wall yourself off from the insanity that is the suburban home these days, or the suburban model. I don't feel like it's my job, even now, like if I do something outside, it's not my job to tell my neighbor that I'm doing it. Like, I don't see that. Do you think that homeowners should have complete freedom to alter their home's appearance, or should there be limitations? I'm all for limitations. I think a pink house in the middle of a nice bunch of houses looks stupid. It's just the way I think. And I want you to know that this story, it's 2024. The first time I've seen this story was written in 2019. So this is being recycled year after year because it's so odd. And while the homeowner may say, well, I don't understand why people don't like it, I think that's disingenuous. I really have a hard time believing that he can't figure out what might be annoying to people. How do you think such bold home choices affect property values in the neighborhood? Well, when I work with buyers, when we go to houses, I say definitely check out the neighbors. The only time you can really control what happens to you is when you move in. I mean, once people sell around you, that's the way it is. But when you move in, if you have somebody next to you that's got some sort of display that you don't like, maybe has a boat in their front yard, maybe there's motorcycles going up and down the doing wheelies in front of your yard, and it's just a disaster. Maybe we should look at a different home. How does it affect values overall? Well, I think around that particular house, you might get some people that just don't want to live next to it. But overall, like if it's a 200 home subdivision, I don't think it's going to be that bad, especially if you're nowhere near that house. Then would you ever make a similar decision to stand out? And if so, how? So this is very interesting, and this goes to a core problem I have with YouTube. YouTube and social media in general pays for being provocative. The further out from the norm you can get, the more clicks you're going to get, and the better you're going to do. They call like the housing, they call it like doom porn when you say that things are going down in the housing market over and over and over again. And there's certain people that they get paid a fortune every month because they draw sensationalized headlines about the housing market crashing. And then when you're looking at, well, what do you mean is a crash? But how's that defined? I certainly don't think that house prices can go on forever, but that's just me. You're not going to get me to jump out of who I am. It doesn't mean that much to me. And as far as would I ever make my house stand out? Well, I do have a light blue door, Carolina blue, but I think it matches with the neighborhood pretty well, and I like it. It looks kind of classy. But no, I don't have this urge to stand out in my neighborhood. It just seems like it attracts unwanted attention. And then finally, as a real estate agent, how would you market a home with such a bold design? Well, that's interesting. I would lower the price. I would go look and see the other houses in the neighborhood, and then I would lower the price, because the chances that someone else is going to want to move into that house are so small versus the amount of people that, the amount of available buyers that might be able to buy it should they decide to not have it all pink. I don't know. It's one of those things I'm confused by it. I'm confused by it. I don't understand why I'd want to do such thing, but I don't understand why people do a lot of things that they do. But I thought I'd bring it to you because, if I saw it now in 2024, it's been going on since at least 2019. It's probably going to get recycled again and again and again. You know, do I think anything should happen to the guy? No. You know, he made his statement. Hurrah. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.